Good morning. Even though it is a gray and cloudy day outside and rainy, and I'm in my gray workout shirt, I actually have a really uplifting topic for you today, and it is the power of positive thinking. I wanted to share a couple thoughts with you today, a couple experiences our family has recently gone through. But first, I want to say that religious people who have this faith and this hope and look to heaven for answers from our Creator have an even bigger influence on their physical and mental well-being. So I encourage you to make that a part of your daily regimen. Sometimes we work on our own, and we forget that we can include our Creator and our higher power, and that makes our physical and emotional ailments have a huge chance to heal. It boosts that positive thinking to a much higher level than we could ever do on our own. But we should never underestimate the power of our thoughts. You may have heard of cancer studies where those patients who are thinking a positive imagery of conquering those cells and coming out the winner have the bigger influence and actually succeed and are cancer survivors. Well, how do we apply that in our daily life? Because preventing is much better than waiting to try to battle and get our health back. Sometimes we have these ailments that get our attention and say, hey, there's something wrong. And I had a son who was young, just under 10 years old, who was having a physical showing of an inner clog, and he was getting warts. And we combine our physical healing with the power of essential oils. Essential oils really link those two worlds together. They have these physical properties as well as emotional stability that link with those positive thoughts. So for this son, we already went to our food and took away any of those allergy triggers. He was off of dairy, made sure that he was not doing processed foods, no white flours or white sugars. And we were making sure he was alkaline with greens and smoothies each morning. And we were using our usual go-to for warts, which is cinnamon oil. And usually that resolves it and we're done. But his body was telling us, I need some help here. There's some negative beliefs underlying here. So I went to one of my favorite go-to books, which is Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol Trueman. And we went ahead and looked in the back under warts and found some underlying emotions that were causing a clog. So sometimes we're clogged by our physical foods, and we had already eliminated that. And so I realized we needed to look at some of those emotional underlying triggers. And of course, we included prayer as we worked with him. And he was able to see a couple that were contributing. And we just worked through that each night for 3 nights in a row. And I kid you not, by 1 week, those warts literally melted away. There was no scarring. There was no pain and suffering or expense of freezing and having it come back, no scarring, none of those negative effects that I've seen with people around me. So I wanted to put a plug in with that experience that we can get to the underlying root causes. We need to make sure we're looking at those positive emotions and take the time to be aware of what the negative emotion is and work to replace that with positive belief system. I don't have time to share the whole story, but we took that to the next level when my husband decided to take positive action with a cyst that was growing on his head for over 10 years. And we really worked hard on those positive beliefs and replaced and became aware of what those negatives were, of course combined with a proper diet and exercise and frankincense, essential oil, applied every hour. And that shrunk over just a couple of months till it's totally flat and smooth, and you would never know that it was there. Miracles happen. Please remember the power of our thoughts. We are powerful, and combined with our Creator, we can do anything. Be sure to subscribe, and I will bring more family-friendly tips in your home to share with your friends for healing in your life. Have a great day.